The biggest mistake that any business owner makes is setting the wrong expectations. I got paid $4.25. My first job was I washed dishes.
Wow.
Why it was bigger challenge for me than anybody else it would be because I had never worked in my life before.
Can you share a bit more about what is the people first framework that you have in mind? How do you build that to empower your teams across 275 stores?
So I thought 10 to 12 Papa John like locations would be good.
Yes.
Soonest we opened 2 to 3, I realized I need somebody else's help. The challenge was, who's gonna help me?
Yes.
I tried to hire people, I couldn't find good hires. The only way you're gonna be able to find those people is, and that's where the plan changed. Hey, why 10 to 12?
That's true.
Let's grow more.
That's true.
So and fast forward, here we are today.
I'm so honored today to have my friend Nadeem Bajwa here as my guest. Nadeem is the largest Papa John's franchisee with more than 275 stores and growing very quickly with more than 5,000 employees that he runs. He has a really great back story of how he came to be here today. So I'm so honored and very humble to have him here today. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
So I'd love to maybe just start with tell me about how you got your very first start. You are doing so great now. You're one of the top restaurant owner in the whole country. But I know you have a very special story of how you came to the US to really build this from the start. Can you start with sharing about that, please?
Sure. Yeah, I was born and raised in Pakistan, in actually a small town. And finished my early education in Pakistan, and then finished undergrad also in Pakistan in commerce, and then came to US actually for school, for college. I went to Indiana Tech in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and triple major with management, marketing, and accounting.
Wow.
And but majority of my family is very good in studies.
Yep.
I was a mediocre student, and as far as my plan, I never had really. I just always thought that I wanted to be a businessman or I want to work in corporate world.
Yeah,
because
totally.
I was not. I never thought I was smart enough to become a doctor like my other people in my family.
You are so smart, but I hear you.
Yeah.
We all have all this pressures from our family and parents, so I totally feel you.
Yeah. So then here, when I came and there was no plan. It was like either corporate job or have my own business. And then I started delivering pizzas when I was going to college.
Yeah.
And, just to make extra money, tips. And
So you came from Pakistan to the US.
Yeah.
Why do you come to the US?
Well, in US, the plan was when I came, I just wanted to. I felt that I could have better opportunity.
Yeah.
And a better education also, even though I was not very fond of education, but very candidly, it was just like better overall, because in any third world country, when you really see, there are like only certain professions that do well, right?
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be part of the family, to be born in the family.
Yeah.
With very educated people.
Yeah.
Education was very important. I was the only one in my family, one of those students who just studied like a week before the exams and hope to pass. And even it's not that I was not good in studies, I just didn't like to study.
Got it. So you came to the US and you started as a driver?
I came to US, and then I thought that, I came on student visa.
Yeah.
And I started studying, and then studying school system in US and Pakistan is different. Pakistan go with British system, and so US. So I like it was easier.
Makes sense.
So and obviously the pressure from family that I need to finish education.
Totally. And what was your first job?
My first job was actually, I got paid $4.25. My first job was I washed dishes.
Wow.
And just keep in mind why it was bigger challenge for me than anybody else it would be, because I had never worked in my life before.
Yeah.
I was 21.
Yeah.
I never worked in my life.
Yeah.
My first job was washing dishes.
Yep.
And I came actually in 91 when there was first Gulf War.
Wow.
So there was a lot of, overall a lot happening in the world also. So first job I got, and then it was tough. I burned my hand a couple of times.
Wow.
And then I found a job, pizza delivery, because other students were also delivering pizza.
Was that at Papa John's or it was somewhere else?
it was originally it was Domino's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I stayed with Domino's for a little bit until Papa John's came in the town. So when I was with Domino's also, that I continued study. I skipped 1 or 2 semesters because, obviously to fee and obviously to make sure, I have money to pay.
Yeah. How do you go from washing dishes as a driver to owning your very first store? Right. How was that journey like? Because that is so hard. There's so many people out there who works in a restaurant as an hourly worker, as a GM, who wants to own their very first store. How was that path? How do you get there to own your first store?
Well, I tell you, that's first of all, there was no plan. There was no plan in place. The only thing that I've always felt is that 2 things, whatever you want to do, 2 things are very important.
Yeah.
Part of the recipe is, one is humility.
Yes.
And one is passion to do something.
Yes.
So when I was delivering pizzas, I wanted to do better than anybody else. I did not know what is ahead. And then when I worked hard, when I went to Papa John's, then local franchises promoted me.
Wow.
And so by the time I graduated, I was operating partner and district manager.
What? That's awesome.
Exactly.
So there was a Papa John's franchisee who you worked for, and you became one of his top star teammate over there.
Market, I ran his whole market.
Marketing?
Market. Actually I operated the whole
operations.
market.
Operations.
And then my dream then became that one day I would own that, and today we own that market also.
Wow. And when you first started, how many stores did that owner have?
Well, that owner had altogether 27 stores.
Oh, wow.
But I was overseeing 5 or 6. I started with 1. And then I actually also, when I graduated, and I thought, well, I wanted to work for corporate and, have my own business. So I ended up trying to find a job, but I couldn't find a job with 4 college degrees.
4 college degrees and
I
couldn't
find a job that would pay me more than I was making as a pizza guy.
That's crazy. Oh my God. 4 college degrees and couldn't find a job. Oh my God. I think it's hard for anyone else to find a job there.
So any job that I was offered, it was less money. And so I decided I'm going to stay with that. And then that was like really turning point in my life, that Papa John's brand.
Yeah.
That actually, the way the brand, when I started delivering pizzas, I started learning about the brand, that the business model, how it is built. Papa John's was built out of broom closet.
Yeah.
John built out of broom closet, and the story behind it, and then product, it was just phenomenal. Like I said earlier today, a lot of people don't know what Papa stands for.
Yes.
It's about people.
Yes.
People are priority 1 always.
Yes.
So I just fall in love with the brand, and then I wanted to, again, no plan. At every stage of my life, whatever I was doing, I thought I want to do the best I can.
Yes.
And that's all I did. And
I love that.
There was a dream that I want to have a business, but I did not think what it was. Then even when I opened my first store, my plan was to open 12 stores, because it's like family business.
Yes.
My brothers are my partners. And
Yes.
so I thought 10 to 12 Papa John's locations would be good.
Yes.
Soon as we opened 2 to 3, I realized I need somebody else's help.
Yeah.
I cannot do all myself if you want to get to 10 to 12 stores.
Yes.
So then the challenge was, who's going to help me?
Yes.
I tried to hire people. I couldn't find good hires. People who don't carry my passion. Anybody I try to find, I wanted to have somebody who has a humility and who has a passion and who want to win. But if only way I learned that time, the only way you're gonna be able to find those people is if you think about themselves also. They cannot be your employees, because you want to find somebody who want to grow, who want to win. And if you hire them, and if they don't see their growth, they're not going to stick around.
That's true.
Because they're looking for growth. And that's where the plan changed. Hey, why 10 to 12?
That's true.
Let's grow more.
That's true.
And fast forward, here we are today.
Wow. So you went from 2 to 3 store to 10 to 12. What was the turning point for you? Like, was it 10 to 20 store? Like, when was it that you knew that you had something special here that could scale? You know, because getting from 1 to 10, it is not easy. It is very, very hard. Getting from 10 to 20, it is also very hard. How was that like as you went from 1 to 10 store, 10 to 20, 20 to 100 store? Like, what were the things that you went through?
Very good question. So here's what happens when you, like I said, in different stages of business, you sort of transition and you graduate, right? So when in my mind, it was just, I wanted to grow with Papa John's. But at the same time, margins were shrinking. So my thought process was, how do I grow? Obviously, economy at scale helps. But in today's environment, margins where you used to make 15 to 20% bottom line, now you're stuck at 10 or even below. So you look for those margins and efficiencies. Then I started focusing on that, that I want to grow. Not only grow, I want to find the efficiencies, and that's where my other businesses came in picture. So there was no plan to have our own accounting business. There was no plan to have our own call center. There was no plan to have our tech business. There was no plan to have our construction business. So what we did was, everything was done how we can make our Papa John's portfolio more profitable. So call center started for ourselves. Then to cut cost, and we did so well, and then became Papa John's vendor. Accounting business. For us, now we have over 1,000 clients and 200 accountants do the accounting. So it's awesome. Absolutely. So it's all just scale. With the focus, we just wanted to do the best we could with whatever we were doing, and how to find efficiency, and then rest just came after.
That's awesome. So I'm hearing 2 really big things here for the room to learn. Actually, one is you really focus on doing the best that you could, growing the business from 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 100 store. And along the way, part 2 was you saw there's so many room to build other business lines from IT, call center, construction, accounting and more. And it is as you gain more skill, you saw there was this economics of scale for you to build other businesses to help each business do better. Can I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is so smart. That is really very sharp and very smart. And I think I do see very few restaurant owners who can do it. I know of the largest owner for Jimmy John's, and he also do the same thing. He also have very similar business line to you, So I think that sounds like as you grow bigger, you get more and more synergies from doing all of that. Can I say that?
Yeah, and one thing that helped me, like I said, I'm blessed to have a good family. And obviously I had backing from my family. When we started, the capital and, obviously everything financially, there was, so my brothers are my partners actually. So
I know that.
And then it's such a blessing, and a couple of brothers that are actively involved, Faisal and Malik, their background is they're ex-bankers.
That's awesome.
So financial management, because a lot of people, what happens is they grow fast and they work very hard to make money, but they don't know then how to manage the money. They're not a good money manager. So absolutely. So things work out. It's going. Somebody asked me in last conference I was in QSR last couple of weeks ago, and somebody asked me what's next. And I said I didn't know what's next 20 years ago. And I don't know what's next now. It is just going to. It's a passion to continue to grow.
That's awesome.
And continue to do the best, and rest will come.
That's awesome. I have a follow-up question to what you just shared about your brother's family being part of the business, I do see a pretty similar trend in this restaurant business, which is quite rare. I think if you look at other space, if you are like building a business in tech or in healthcare, it is much less common to have family members helping. But in restaurant business, I think many of these other restaurant owners out there, they will work with their spouse, with their brothers, with their family. That's very special. Can you tell me more about what's the strength of that, but what's the challenges that you face? Because trying to work with family comes with its own pros and cons, which I'm sure many people in this audience are very curious to learn from you.
Yes.
How do you make things work so well working with brothers, family, and more?
Well, I'll tell you, a few things happen in your life, Desmond, that you fail.
Yeah.
A lot of times you fail.
Yeah.
And small failures help.
Yeah.
I have been blessed to face some failures.
Yep.
Small failures teach you what not to do.
Yeah.
And also keep you humble.
Yes.
Because soon as it is like, it's a human mindset that it's very easy for things, for ego boost. And then, so humility is extremely important.
Yeah.
Now, in my case, something that family went through tragedy at the beginning. And that, obviously it was a tragedy. It's going to be always tragedy. I lost my father when I was in 5th grade.
Wow.
And
I'm sorry.
so after that, just my mom and my siblings. I'm not the oldest one. So when family takes care of you and helps you, and then family just gelled.
Yeah.
All I heard I remember my father, I was in 5th grade when he passed. Before that, when I was young, and after that, all my life, all I heard from my mothers and brothers, hey, how important unity is.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to transfer to my next family. Now, one thing that can be a challenge is, I tell in other interviews also, I've said many times, with brothers, you are brothers on a good day. Yeah. Your partner on a bad day.
Yes, I love that.
And then when you learn to manage that, then you got it. And you have to manage. And one thing that helps is that I have commitment. I've committed to myself. I've committed to my family. We have family commitment. We don't leave each other. We don't abandon each other. Even if we are mad, we just get over it. And so no matter what happens, so it is working for me. Now, one thing that I pray also, that if next generation continues to carry that also. It's working for our generation, but next generation, things can, I always say, when you're brothers, things are different, but then when it turns into cousins, then you pray that things stay the same.
That's so true. That's so true. I took a class at this Stanford Business School around how to build family businesses. I feel like someday you should go and give a talk over there, because it is so hard to build that family business. There's so much pros and cons to do it well, and clearly you have found a way to really do it very well. Congrats.
Well, I'm also blessed to have good family who understands also. I'm not the oldest one in the family, but I'm the face of the company, and I lead the business, and I get the respect.
You are one of like 5 siblings, or
we are 6 brothers, and
you are third, or
I have one younger than me. Everybody else is older.
You're the 5th. Oh wow.
Yeah, but all they are like very successful. A couple of them are doctors. One is general in military. He just retired.
Wow.
And,
that's awesome.
2 are ex-bankers. And so everybody. I'm the least educated with 4 degrees.
That is awesome. Changing gears slightly, something that is very special about you is you've been working in this business with this brand for 34 years, right? You started in 1991. And when I talk to other restaurant owners, it is a very tough business to be in. People run it for 5 years and they stop and they fail. Or people do it for 3 years, 10 years. How do you keep at it for so long? And how should people think about it when they are facing this challenge? Should they stop? Should they carry on? Like, you have kept at it for 34 years. How do you do it, and what's your advice?
Well, I think that you just want to make sure that you find the right balance.
Yeah.
Even if you're having good year, good time.
Yeah.
Just keeping leverage.
Yes.
You're like, you don't want to get in trouble. Sometimes when you're doing well, human mind has tendency to get out of hand.
Yes.
Then when there is time, it's so good. Sometimes it feels so good when somebody tells you, hey man, you have 100 locations or whatnot.
Yeah.
But you just gotta take it easy that how you want to keep those 100 locations.
Yes.
So a lot of people make mistakes where they end up when they start growing.
Yeah.
They don't watch their leverage.
Yeah.
They end up getting in trouble.
Yeah.
They open 1 unit or
Yes.
2 units, they do well. 3rd, 4th don't do as well.
Yeah.
They end up borrowing more money, and then you taking more obligation, liability. So life is, and business is like life. It's
Yeah.
about balance. You watch your leverage.
Yeah.
You make sure financially you are secure for the rainy day also.
Yes.
But at the same time, you just bite. What you can.
Makes sense. That's very helpful. Very helpful. Another question is around how you've been so loyal to the brand Papa John's.
Yes.
I'm very curious. I think many restaurant owners out there, they are also very curious whether they should franchise, who should they work with, how do you partner with this Papa John's corporate? What's the partnership? I know you're very close to the CEO, Todd, of this Papa John's, and he's a great guy. But how do you partner with this Papa John's corporate? How does that work?
Well, I'll tell you, thank you for asking this question. My belief, first of all, I have looked at other brands to diversify within QSR. And there are other good brands that I like. There are a couple of brands I like. I like Dunkin'. I like Wingstop very much. I like Jersey Mike.
Yeah.
And I have looked at these brands, and I have, every time I try to get closer to joining, one of my things is I do not want to start building from day one.
Yeah.
I want to acquire, build infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because one thing I don't want to do is have my team leadership from Papa John's brand to work in different brand.
Yes.
I'm very particular about that.
Yeah.
So anytime I got closer to getting another brand, it just did not work out. Once I was very close to getting to Popeyes.
Oh wow.
Just deal did not work out. So, but it's not, so if there is some good opportunity, I would consider. With Papa John's, it just feels like home because that's where it started.
Yes.
It just feels comfortable. It
Yeah.
feels like home, and I don't want to be comfortable. I know when there are problems, it's just home. Now, the other thing is, what I will tell you is why the loyalty part. I am very loyal to brand.
Yes.
But I must tell you, brand has been very loyal to me also. Brand has given me so much, and I also believe in the relationship business. I have not in 30 years with brand, I have never had to reference anything on franchise agreement. We sign franchise agreement every time we develop stores, we put on the shelf.
Wow.
And rest of the work, there's so much trust on both sides, me and them. So loyalty is not one way.
Wow.
Brand is very loyal to me also and been very good to me, and it's all relationship game.
Yeah.
And in public companies, there's turnover, there are new CEOs come. There has not been any CEO starting from Papa John's founder that I still do not have good relationship with.
Wow. That's awesome. That's so great. It really sounds like both the brand and you have built a really great culture and a really great way to do business to grow as a team. That's so cool. Next, maybe a couple more questions to ask you. One is around, you really have a people first framework when it comes to trying to build your team, culture, hiring the right people. Can you share a bit more about what is the people first framework that you have in mind? How do you build that to empower your teams across 275 stores and 5,000 employees that you have? It's so hard to empower them to make sure that everyone is running well from your this corporate stores to being at each store level, to the GM, to the driver. How do you do this people first culture?
Well, it is, I think what it comes down to, Desmond, is expectations. The biggest mistake that any business owner, not only QSR, any business owner makes is setting the wrong expectations.
Yes.
So even though if picture is not so rosy, you just want to make sure that set expectations right.
Yeah.
If people know they're not gonna get what they're expecting today,
Yeah.
but they do see down the road,
They have a clear path
they
towards that.
have
Yeah.
the clear path. The second thing is training.
Yeah.
A lot of time people get frustrated when they don't have tools, they don't
Yeah.
have training,
Yeah.
they don't have good environment.
Yeah.
People want to belong to
Yeah.
one place. They want to be part of the success.
That's true.
And like I said earlier today, every time I acquire, I do buy locations also, not just only build. Every time I acquire, I have yet, as of today, I have never let people go
Wow.
and took new team, because what I feel is if business is not doing good, that's reflection of the leadership.
Yeah.
Because leadership did not coach and push
Yeah.
enough. Because people are good as long as they get good coaching.
Yeah.
And then partially when you lose people, partially there's a little bit of responsibility on business owner's
Totally.
shoulder also.
Totally.
But sometimes obviously when the passion and the vision is not aligned,
Yeah.
then you have to part ways. But yeah, teach people what they're doing
Yes.
and manage their expectations right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Next question to build on that is, how do you leverage technology, software, and AI in your company today? We all know that in terms of this restaurant business, it is not easy when you're trying to manage HR, hiring, payroll, training. How do you use technology and software today to help your business to grow?
Very good question. Technology is extremely important.
Yeah.
For the efficiency part. But where a lot of time mistake is made is that technology, and that's where I admire. I told many people in this industry, in my industry, that why you and I have become friends, because you are when you came and asked me if I can advise on the board.
Yes.
And your reason was very, very good reason, because you wanted some operator to tell you, because you are technical minded. So a lot of times what happens is with technology, the technology builder,
Yes.
in your mind, now you build a watch.
Yes.
I wear it. Okay, so we both look at watch differently.
Yes.
Now, when you're building watch, in certain thing, one button or two button,
Yes.
in your mind, it's not a big deal. If I'm not taught that what that button does,
Yes.
to me, it's a hassle to figure out.
Totally.
You can advertise, hey, this can tell you this
Yes.
can tell you this can take you underwater, whatnot. But if I'm not taught,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is where a lot of time problems happen, is when
Yes.
you build technology for restaurants, the builder of that watch, that technology is genius,
Yes.
but overlook the fact the user is not tech minded.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of times why there's so much pushback on the technology. Technology is extremely important
Yes.
for efficiency of the business.
Yes.
From top to down.
Yes.
But there's a majority of people who work, majority of team always pushes back. You know why?
Yes.
Because it's not easy to use.
Totally.
It's too complicated.
Yeah.
And also, if technology is presented as a solution,
Yeah.
not as a task you have to do it,
Yeah.
because I want you to do it,
Yeah.
but if I make you believe as a team member, hey, you should use it because it's going to help you, rather than Nadeem wants you to use it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
That's so powerful. Thank you so much. You talk so much about finding great talent. That is not easy, right? In any restaurant business, finding great talent, it is really hard. What is your strategy to hire great talent across your 275 stores? How do you find talent, hire them, and keep them to follow you?
Well, first thing is always competitive wage, right?
Yeah.
You have to pay You have to be competitive with wage and benefits and whatnot. The other thing is, people want to be recognized.
Yeah.
People want to feel they belong. People want to feel they have accomplished something. People want to have those small milestones.
Yes.
Small, you small victories. It takes a long way. That's when you own a huge organization now. You have built from scratch. You go out there and you pat on somebody's shoulder and said, hey, you did a good job organizing this today. Good job.
Yeah.
To you, it might not be that big. Yeah, you're sincere. You're saying it because you're thanking someone. But the person you pat on the shoulder has gotten pat from you.
Yeah.
You made that person's day.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. I think that's a very small touch to really recognize someone and to thank them.
Absolutely.
And that's so powerful.
People want to do good.
Yeah.
But it is a human nature. Our nature is we all want to be liked.
Yes.
You can hardly find anybody who is happy not being liked.
That's so true. That's so true. That's awesome. I love that. That is so powerful to build that culture of trying to elevate people.
Yes, sir.
Trying to build a strong culture to actually recognize people. That is when you build a strong team and people will really want to join you more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maybe I have just one final question to round this up. We have many restaurant owners out there who is really keen to grow, whether from 1 to 2 store, 2 to 10 store, 10 to 100 store, somewhere to be at a similar size to you because you are doing so well with 275 store. What is the final 2 pieces of advice you have for many restaurant owners out there who want to learn from you? If you were to give them 2 pieces of advice on how they can grow, just like how you have over the past many years, what is that too?
Well, I would advise one thing, only do if you have passion. If you have opened 1 or 2 restaurants and you want to open more, if you don't feel good or you don't have passion, the more you'll open, the more miserable you'll get. The second advice is just learn to change, because things are going to change, and set real expectations.
Yes.
You cannot run today's business on yesterday's strategy because time is changing. Things change so fast. You cannot, if somebody comes and tells me, hey, before COVID, we used to do this and this used to work. Your yesterday's strategy, just pick only things that work.
Yes.
But you cannot run today's business on yesterday's strategy.
That's so true.
Today's new day.
True. That's true. I love it. Your 2 final parts is when you run your restaurant business, running with passion, with your heart. Secondly is you need to learn to adapt and change because things move so quickly in this space. Can I say that?
Last thing I would say is it's human tendency. When I said I also had few failures throughout the journey, which helped me. But one thing that people, that as a human being, we sometimes overlook, I would say, the fact that when something is not going right, there is, we should try to fix it. But there is a time, then there needs to be self-reflection, self-evaluation, and asking yourself truthfully, can you do this? Or do you want to do this? And if the answer is no, then the best advice is cut your loss and walk away and do something different.
Yes.
A lot of times we fight with, if we know we are going towards failure and we cannot do that, we feel, you will hear, I don't want to quit. I don't have this problem. I have in the past, I've built a lot of stores. And sometimes I felt, hey, this is not going to work where the location is, how I could not, we as a team could not figure this out, so we're just going to cut our losses and walk away. It's just not going to work.
That's so cool. Today I've learned so much from you. Thank you so much for your time on how you have grew your business from a driver to owning 1 store to 100 store and now having 275 store, over more than 5,000 people. And I'm sure you are going to continue to grow what you're doing. We have all learned so much from you today. Thank you so much for your time today, Nadeem. This is so fun, Nadeem. It was so great to chat. I feel like I know quite a bit about you, but I still learned so much from today's session.
No, and Desmond, appreciate so much that every time spending time with you, it's just a treat. You're such a you inspire a lot of people. And
Really?
you go to heart. Absolutely.
Thank you. Oh my God, you're so
yeah,
kind. Thank you. Thank you. That's helpful for you to tell me that it gives me the drive to keep trying to push forward.
Absolutely.
Because you know, running a business, there's a lot of ups and downs every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah.